Hey, Dr. Theon here with Going Beyond Story, the Business Story Show. It's Black History Month, and we're celebrating African American entrepreneurs and their businesses. Today, we're going to dive in with a fitness studio right here, Kinetic Studios. We'll be meeting fitness industry leaders, Niecia Vicknair and Kiola Raines, founders of Kinetic Studios in Windsor Hills, California. Let's go inside and dive in to what the fitness industry is all about. Today, we're diving into the fitness industry, meeting Niecia Vicknair and Kiola Raines, founders of Kinetic Studios in Windsor Hills, California. These God-fearing, dedicated, reliable, and resilient women created this fitness studio with the belief that strong communities are built through physically active, mentally healthy, and spiritually aware members. They offer a space for community members to participate in activities and events to increase their fitness level in these three attributes. Niecia and Kiola believe that by training the mind, body, and spirit, each member will then enhance the strength of the community at large. So welcome to the show, Niecia and Kiola.
Thank you. That sounds amazing.
I know.
Well, it was right on the website.
You are really official around here.
Yeah.
And I love the website. I was just so inspired by it. I'm still a little scared of some of the fitness things that you want to do.
No, don't be scared.
But
it's all fun.
We'll talk about it. We'll talk about it some more. But welcome again to the show. We're going to dive right in and just get some questions asked. I gave a little insight on what you've shared about what you want to bring to this community and your philosophy of fitness. But can you also share with our audience how and why you started Kinetic Studios?
How is we met in a personal training certification course. I was teaching the class. Niecia was taking the class and just kind of sparked a relationship there and started doing classes at the park, Montieth Park around the corner. And the opportunity came to take over this space and we just dove right into it. And the why is because there's nothing like this in the area. I didn't really know that the area was going to be changing like it is. I just knew that I wanted something like this for our own people in our community, to not have to drive to Venice or, to Santa Monica or wherever, to leave the community to get the boutique feel that they wanted, and that we could just have it here in our community and keep it all in this, keep it in the circle basically. So that was my why. I just want people to understand that exercising and eating healthy doesn't have to be some crazy chore. It can be fun and attainable. It's, just teaching people just how to stay active and that it's important to make your lives worthwhile. And we bring in the piece where it's not just the physical part, it's not the mental part, but the spirit part about it is, it's like tying everything together for us. So we knew we didn't want to be like a CrossFit or just pigeonholed into one type of exercise or one standard of wellness, and so that's what we brought all three pieces together.
Very holistic type of space.
Yeah.
Very holistic type of space. And you mentioned this community is changing. It's always been this African American community, Windsor Hills, right, in between Ladera, Baldwin, and the Crenshaw district, and here we are sandwiched right in between, and it's always been a little boutique community almost. So to have this boutique fitness shop really is an add-in, and with the community changing every day, I really believe it's going to just blow up. So I understand, I got a Howard grad, whoop whoop, HU, you know, and I got a Cal State Long Beach grad, which I hear is probably the closest thing to Howard that you're going to get on the West Coast, right?
True.
Is it?
Yeah.
That's right, that's what they say. That's the place to be, on the West Coast, that's what they say. So tell me, how important was your education in launching this venture?
Well, I'll let Lala tell her background story. What her degree is in.
Yeah. So my degree has nothing to do with fitness. My degree, I majored in interior design at Howard University.
And Kiola still to this day says now that I'm designing the interiors of bodies, so maybe that's how it works. I always knew I wanted to own my own business. Education is key in anything we do here. As far as like we're always striving to even get more certifications. All of our teachers have a lot of certifications. Some of our best teachers have masters. So for us, this studio is more than just coming in and getting workout. Like the people here are highly educated and they can help you in other areas than just your body. I came out of college. I ended up, not really doing the interior design thing. It wasn't fulfilling for me.
Except this place looks fantastic.
Yeah, so it worked out.
It worked out.
Yeah.
I'm still using my skills, yeah?
Yeah.
Still using my skills, but it wasn't fulfilling for me. And part of my why, too, to touch on that is I come from a very obese family on one side of my family. So I have a small side and I have an obese side. And for me, I've always wanted to try to get them to want to do fitness and to understand nutrition. And one of the things we like to do here is we go to these $500, $600 trainings to gain information, and we want to bring that back to the community and offer it either at a nominal cost of $15 or give it to them for free, or just give it to the people here that are our members and educate them. So for us, we're constantly trying to be teachers to people, whether they like it or not. You come in here and you're gonna learn something.
Yeah.
So education is pretty important,
Oh,
whether
huge.
you're getting a certification in it or not.
Right.
When you come in here, you're going to be educated about
Yeah.
something.
We're crazy about teaching and learning.
Mm-hmm.
That's
You know,
fantastic. I love that. I love that. Tell us some of those certifications. Well, I saw all those letters.
List them.
CF,
List them out.
Go from the top of bachelor's and a master's in kinesiology. My master's is in exercise psychology, and then personal training, fitness, nutrition specialist, TRX. What else? I think that's all I have.
That's all. Oh,
I think that's-
You said your nutrition one?
Yeah, nutrition, bachelor's, master's, and personal training,
Okay.
and TRX.
And your
Pertaining to fitness, I have a corrective exercise specialist. I do TRX. What else?
Personal
CPR, personal training, fitness, nutrition as well. Nutrition
Two
specialist.
TRX.
Two TRX.
There's two TRX.
Two TRX certifications. What else?
Is it two TRX? Personal
between the
training?
two of you, y'all have a whole
Like at
lot of
least 10.
certifications.
Yeah.
And then
That's all I'm
our
saying.
lead instructor has
Yoga,
a yoga instructor, two TRX, corrective exercise, fitness, nutrition,
personal training.
personal training, and she has an MBA.
So if you come to Kinetic,
You're working with some educated,
You got
and then
education.
a lot of our members. I mean, it's like they say your vibe attracts your tribe. Most of our members have at least a bachelor's degree, but most of them have master's degrees.
Okay.
And if education wasn't their route, they're at the top of their game. Like we have not just a firefighter, he's the fire chief. And it's not like it's like I'm a lawyer, I'm a judge. Like it's people are very, and that's what you usually see in a gym. And I think for us, it's important that those people are around us and that they support the fact that we do these like $15 or free things for the other side of Crenshaw, who maybe can't afford $200 a month to come to the studio, but they can maybe afford, $50 to do a weekend training or something like that. We're always going to be.
So you make it work for the budgets of different community people.
There's always going to be something that they can come and do.
Mm-hmm.
We're always going to have something to offer. If you can't afford $200 a month, I know that's maybe not in everyone's budget, but we will have a workshop or something that you can come to and get plenty of information, saturated with information, so that for the next 4 weeks until we have the next workshop, you have something to work with.
That's
or a free class or a demo class because we gotta pay the rent.
Really good
But
for the community.
We gotta stay.
Sometimes
And you still gotta
want to
pay the
teach
rent.
people how to also make it into their budget, because if you have hairs, nails, bags, shoes, and all of these things, and you're like, I can afford that.
You can't afford not to do it because you want to look good in all those things, right?
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
teaching people how to fit it into their budget
Yeah.
is important.
What would you say is the core, if there's anything, the core, your niche thing here that people really come in for?
Probably fun, personality. It's like, of course, the workouts are hard, and sticking to a fitness goal or a nutrition goal or a budgeting goal or whatever you're setting your mind to, traveling, whatever it is, we want to make that whole experience fun. And so after you're done sweating and, being in pain. People hang out here and talk to each other and joke around. We have an open relationship with our members, which I think a lot of trainers were taught. We're supposed to keep kind of a wall up and not talk about personal things and just, you're here to exercise, then you leave, and then we don't know anything but we're going to show up at your house, drink your wine with you.
Go to your kids' events.
Yeah, so it's
So
fun.
you got a community. You're building a community.
Community, not just community, but fun community.
A fun community. Well, now, while you were building this fun community, I'm sure you came upon some challenges in starting the business. What was one of the most challenging things with getting started?
Getting members. that's still, just because I came in from the classroom. So I trained for a while, I taught group exercise classes, built up a clientele, and then went to grad school and let that go and went into the education side. So I only had about 4 clients when we decided to open the studio. So that's that.
As with any business, getting customers is tough. So that was
Marketing.
one of the challenges.
Learning how to be your own marketing person.
You had to learn your marketing.
Yeah, so
I also think, I don't know if it's really a challenge, but I think it's different for our community to see this type of boutique fitness studio in here. So when they come in, they're a little confused. They're like, wait, so you're not 24-hour fitness? I don't understand. You get what I'm saying? So trying to change the mindset of people when they come in here or when they walk by and just understand it's still a business. It's like a community center. It's not free. Like, I think sometimes I feel like that may be a challenge for us as far as just educating them on what it is we do here for them to understand, okay, yeah, I do want to come here. This is fun. Because people are just so used to the 24-hour up the street, and that's what they think all studios and gyms are like.
Wow, I think you made such a good point, and it's a great tip for our business owners or people that are thinking about getting in business. It's challenging. It's challenging to try and find customers. It always is, and you do marketing and all that. But the main thing that you have to do is change the mindset of people so that they understand what it is that you're offering. And I think that's a great tip. Understand your customer base so that you can change their mindset to be a part of your community. Thanks for sharing that. That's a really important lesson. Now, what did you think was a piece of cake? Like, this was easy. We could do this, with not a challenge at all. What was easy about starting the business, if anything?
Teaching classes is easy for me. Like that's easy.
Yeah, that's easy.
It's easy to the point where I'm ready to stop doing it and teach someone else how to do it. So that's really like my goal for the space is to have my own little college where I'm teaching people how to be trainers. And so that I'm still, having a hand in it, but just watching someone else. Like they're like, this is like my kid, and then they're like my grandkids.
Right, so train the trainer type.
Train the
of
trainer.
things. Okay.
Yeah, so that's like teaching is easy.
I think that's another really important tip that you shared as well, is when you have an expertise in something, it kind of flows and it makes it easy. So know what it is that you do, know what you're really good at, and that's the part that you can kind of excel at a little quicker. So thanks for sharing that one too. We got 2 good tips from you already today. How has the business changed your life, if anything? How has it changed your personal life?
I just feel like I'm a pretty big deal.
You're always in a big deal, Kiki.
No, it gives, it's one thing when you go to work for someone else. Obviously, like I loved teaching and I loved being a group exercise instructor and getting a check from someone, and that was great because I loved what I was doing then. But it's just 100 times more fulfilling when it's your idea that came out of your head, and now you're like, oh, it's real. This is like a real. I'm not dreaming about it anymore. I'm not visualizing it. I'm actually in it, doing it, and
you have to make it work.
Yeah,
because now it really is your baby.
Yeah, now it's like it's here. So it changed. It's like, I guess it's builds confidence. It makes you more confident in yourself, even when the days are like, how are we going to pay the rent actually now?
So ownership breeds confidence,
It does.
even when you have a little fear.
Yeah.
It's also like having a baby. So we have instructors that call out sick, even if it's our day off, we have to just fill in the gaps because we have classes to run. So that may change our personal life as far as, I thought I was going somewhere with a friend.
Right.
No, somebody's sick. Let me go teach this class real quick.
So you always have to step up and fill in the gap no matter what.
Yeah.
And I think personally for me, when we started this business and we opened for the first few months, it dawned on me like I felt like I was actually walking in my purpose finally. Like everything was just coming so easy because I felt like it was taken care of because we are doing what we're supposed to be doing. Like this is what we're supposed to be doing, sharing our light and sharing our energy with people the way that we're doing it. So I feel like for me the big difference is I've always been a workhorse. So I think in my personal life it hasn't changed. No matter what I'm doing, if I'm working for somebody else or helping somebody else, I'm always on the phone, I'm working. But I think what has changed for me is it's more it gives me more fulfillment, you know?
Mm-hmm. So you guys also are letting our business owners or people who are thinking about having a business know that you find your purpose and you get confidence.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess with that confidence, you also have to be pretty courageous because you do have to pay the rent every month.
Yeah.
So that's really good. Yeah,
Or
you get super
faithful.
courageous. Yeah.
One of those two.
All of those.
Probably a combination.
Courageous, faithful.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is the Business Story Show, so it's story time. So we say that everyone has a great success story, and of course we have our stories that we call failing forward stories. So first, tell us your great big success story or your big win story, something that happened with the business that you were just like, yes, it happened.
That's like every
Every
day.
Because every victory has its own celebration. So there may be a victory that we finally broke through with a client and they're finally doing their nutrition properly and they're coming in consistently. That is like a win for us. Our people that may not be losing weight, but they go from being introverts to extroverts and social butterflies and being the woman or the man that they're born to be, and like us having a hand in that, and our community helping with that too. Like everything is like small, like if we're like, oh, we could buy a piece of new equipment, like we're just so grateful.
Yeah. We haven't, okay, I mean, probably huge is that we haven't had to take any more loans or money out from what we initially started with. Like we haven't had to say like, we gotta go find $10,000 from somewhere. What we started with that, and we haven't had to borrow money from anybody.
So you've been able to manage and maintain your budget.
Sometimes
That's
it's like
a
there's
big one.
not a lot.
Sometimes
But you're like, we're still balanced.
We're so balanced, or then people come in and decide they're gonna get an annual membership right when we need that annual membership money, and it's like we were gonna have to borrow from ourselves, but we didn't have to.
That's perfect.
stuff
So I
like-
think that's a big
Yeah, we
win.
definitely
You've been
have
able to
to-
manage your budget and
Yeah.
not have to dip into the well for some borrowed money and things like that.
Yeah.
That's
Been
a big
close.
one.
It's been
Yeah,
close.
That's a big one. And I love the everyday wins because everyday wins are so important. I know for me with my weight loss journey, I have been so disappointed sometimes when you get on the scale and it's like, oh, it's not working. But I started looking at it differently and stopped getting on the scale and started putting on
Good.
different
I like that.
clothes
Throw your
and
scale away.
things like that. So it's sort of like, oh, I could fit these pants now. Oh, I'm gonna wear them every day. I can't believe I can get back into these pants. So I think that's so important. Those small victories are so important for people, especially in the fitness industry with trying the challenges of weight loss or weight gain. I've had friends who have a challenge with weight gain, which I wish I could just give them mine, but it doesn't work like that.
Share.
So now, tell us your failing forward story. What was something that happened where it was like, this sucks, it wasn't good?
Probably the biggest challenge for us has been figuring out pricing. What do we charge? How do we do it? Like, do we, if we would have been doing this the whole time, this is where we would be. If we had only known that we should have just done it this way, maybe, So figuring out what to charge. Marketing is just something like, it's one of those things where we decided to reach out and hire somebody because we're not marketing, we don't have a marketing background. And it's not just about having
do what you know.
And
let
hire
somebody else do the rest.
In the fitness industry, the saying is when in doubt, refer out. So like if I don't know what is wrong with your shoulder, so go see a physical therapist. I'm not gonna try to fix your shoulder.
Absolutely.
I don't know how to determine what the market is. I know what I think it is, but how about we just hire someone who has been studying marketing for 20 years? Don't try to do everything. And then same thing with the pricing. Reach out to a financial planner or a business analyst so they can tell you, if you keep doing it that way, you're never going to be on a salary. So you can do that if you want, but what I can tell is you guys want to make some money from this, so just, you know,
I love that.
But
When in doubt, refer out.
refer out.
So
It's really
our last tip from you: when in doubt, refer out.
Refer out. And it should
Get
be
somebody else to
like
do it.
reach out for
Yeah.
business. If
Yeah.
you're in doubt, reach out to someone because
Yeah.
you're just gonna keep going in circles and adjusting. We changed our prices. I don't know, maybe 7 times. Different things. We had passes, and then we took away the class pass, and we had this, and then we brought, you know. So now it's just like, this is it. It's one price.
And this is it. That's what you're going to stick
Yes.
with. Well, thank you all for sharing your stories with us, for getting us kick-started in what we do in the fitness industry. And if you were in the audience and thinking of starting a business or had a business, what is a tip that you would share or a message that you would want to hear from somebody like yourselves? Share a message to our audience.
Do it. Just do
Oh
it.
my God, you just
Just do it.
just jump out, just jump
Like
out on
Nike.
faith. But in addition to that, reach out to people that have been there. Like when we started this business, I definitely reached out to people that I knew have already had businesses, or there are certain things like how she said, like when in doubt, refer out or reach out. I've had people reach out to me, I want to start a business, what's the first steps? And I'll be like, well, do you have a business name? And do stuff legally. A lot of people, especially in our community, they're just going by on a whim, and there's steps that you have to do and take so that you're a legal business. And our community does not do that. I've learned. So it's just, there's a lot of paperwork that needs to be done, making sure you have a back end in place.
So important. So
Yeah.
that's that structure part of building your business. And if you don't build it on a good foundation, it'll just crumble.
Exactly.
So thanks so much for sharing your stories with us. Tell the audience, how do we get in touch with Kinetic and work out with you ladies?
You show up at 3701 West 54th Street. You can check our website, kineticstudio.la. You can email us, info@kineticstudio.la. You can call us. You can come by and drop off a protein bar.
We like to eat.
Yeah, check our class schedule is on our website. You can also download our studio app in your app store, Kinetic Studio LA. Just look it up in your app store. Come on by. Whenever there's a class offered, we are here.
Give us the website again.
www.kinetic, that's KINETIC, studio.la. You can also find us around the studio doing walks and runs sometimes too. So
We're always around. We're always around here somewhere.
Niecia and Kiola shared some wonderful tips with us today. Let's just go over them real quick so that they can help you. Remember, the 5 tips that they talked about were: number 1, know your customers and their mindset, because you have to make sure that your customers have the mindset to work with you in the way that you need them to work with you. Changing mindsets can be difficult, but when you have the right tribe, you can definitely do it. Number 2, do what you're good at. I mean, why go out and try to start something that you know nothing about? Do something that you know that you're good at, and it makes it seamless. Number 3, work with purpose. And when you work with purpose, walk in that, and walk with courage and faith. It's going to take that to not only start a business, but to sustain a business. Walk with courage and faith. Number 4, start something. Just do it. You can do it. Whatever it is. If you're already in a business, evolve to your next level. If you're thinking about doing a business, go for it. Just do it. And number 5, when you do it right. Build a solid foundation by putting the structures in place that are needed. That means a business license, that means any registrations that you may need, whatever the permits are that it takes. Do it the right way. You want to build your business on a solid foundation so that it's strong and so that it lasts. That's what Kiola and Niecia invite you to do with not just your business, but with your body, your mind, and your spirit. Thanks again for joining the Going Beyond Story Business Story Show. I hope to see you again very, very soon. Next week, join us. Bye-bye.